Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this second session of the Welcome to the Doctoral Students. Today, we are going to have three very insightful presentations in this session. Very practical. You will hopefully you will enjoy all of them. First, Martina Rodríguez will introduce to all of us the campus services. Then, Bego, Aguilera, and Neus, Milán will present the services offered by the library, the work library, obviously. And finally, José Manuel Godínez will introduce the research support that provides the area, the research and innovation area. And finally, we will have some time for questions and answers, if there are any. I hope you're going to enjoy these presentations, and also I hope that you will. There's going to be a lot of information in this presentation, so I guess that we can share with you some of the slides, or at least you can take some notes, because this information is going to be useful along your whole thesis, because you're going to use these services in a continuous manner. So, Martina, I think that you are the first one presenting. If you are ready, the floor is yours.
Yes. Hi. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the UOC. So what we want to do very briefly today is an introduction to our university's virtual campus. Of course, in this day and age, a virtual campus is pretty commonplace for any university, but for us is of utmost importance, because it's where everything happens, and especially is where our community happens. This is why we encourage you to log into the virtual campus as soon as possible, to navigate it, to explore it, to follow links, because hands-on experience is really the best way to discover everything it has to offer. And once you do, what you will find is that the campus is organized in 5 main areas you can see on the screen, in addition to the homepage. The homepage is highly customizable. It allows users to change things like the language of the campus through the profile at the top of your page. You can also change how the homepage looks with the use of widgets. There's a wide variety of widgets available. You can have widgets for classrooms, widgets for the Google Apps, as you can see on screen, widgets for the agenda, and it all will allow you to customize your experience in the campus. So another main virtual space is what we call the personal area. Here you will find all your personal information, also your academic information, and it's also where you can do a wide variety of things, like, for example, change the language in which we communicate with you and how you receive our communications. As you know, you can choose between Catalan, Spanish, or English, and here's where you can change what you want. You can change it anytime you want, and there's no max. And the personal area also goes pretty hand in hand with another area you might find very useful, which is the procedure section. This is a very, very extensive page, as you can see, but it has any procedure you might need during your stay at our university. For example, to request a certificate, or to enroll new courses at the end of the semester, or even making your thesis deposit. As you can see, it's a very full page. So in order to make it easier to navigate, and I recommend that you use always the filter at the top of the page, where you can select your doctoral studies, and you will only see what you can see on the screen, which is only the doctoral studies procedures. And another space you might find of interest, especially more community-wise or more community-oriented-wise, is the More UOC that you will find at the last item of the menu section. In this space, you will find information about the university, such as representative bodies, programs of studies. You will also get to participate in forums. You can see which university sports you can enroll in, what cooperation you can participate, and it's also where you can find all our news, and also where to sign in for our newsletter. And it's also where you can access the alumni and professional career services, which might be of your interest. And of course, if you have any questions, any whatsoever, at any time during your stay at the UOC, we encourage you to visit the help service, where you will find a vast array of frequently asked questions about a lot of topics, as you can see on screen: academic recognition of professionals' experience, adaptations, assessment, everything you might need a question. If it has been asked before, you will find it here. But in case it's a new question or it's something that only pertains to you, you can also use our form to ask new questions, and the help service will probably answer you very, very quickly. Probably within 24 hours, you will have your answer, and you can always follow your ticket and your inquiry through the top of the screen, and you will be able to follow all your, and you will find an historic of all your inquiries, just in case you might need some of them in the future too. It's also where you will find our Twitter channel, which is at UOC Respond, and which is available 24/7, and they will also love to answer any doubts you might have. And finally, we would like to leave you with 3 tips, which is to configure your campus, enter the campus, as I said before, explore it, see where all links take you, because you will use it a lot during your experience at the UOC, and you will also be able to do all the procedures you need. So we encourage you to try it and to explore it. Tip number 2 will be to check your email regularly, because it's our main communication channel with you. And if you don't use the UOC mail, you can also redirect your messages, any message you receive there, to your regular mail, because it's a Google regular Google account. And finally, I think it's a very good idea, and so I always tell students the same, which is to subscribe to our newsletter through the More at UOC section, because every Friday you get to receive a summary of the most outstanding news about our university. It's a great way to keep up with the community and to keep up with any news about our school. And I think I went quicker than, because that's it. Of course, if you have any questions, you can contact us through the help services, and we will love to answer any questions you might have. We also leave you with the presentation. If you have any doubts, you know what you can do.
Thank you very much, Martina. Thanks a lot for this presentation, and it was quick but complete. And I think that if anyone has any doubt, can drop you an email, or at least if I were them, I would try the campus and start looking at these options. Thanks a lot for coming and for being here today explaining the campus. Our next presentation will be dealing with the library services. We have here Bego and Neus. I'm not sure if Bego or Neus is going to be the one who presents, or both of you, or
both of us.
Okay.
I will begin, and then Neus will continue.
Okay.
Okay. So good afternoon. Welcome to this introductory session to the library. I am Bego Aguilera, and I have come to this session together with Neus Milán. Both of us we work in the library. As you have understood after the previous presentation, we have a virtual campus, and in every university campus you have a library. So in this virtual university, in the UOC, we have a virtual library, and in the library we have a specialized team dedicated to content and to services related to research. As you know, we offer you the same like all the normal university libraries. This means a library is a collection of specific resources, of content, of collections, of books, of documents of your interest as future researchers, and together with specific services. In our case, Neus and myself, we work in the team that will give you as a researcher a service. We are a team. You can know us here. It's Library for Research, and we give service to the complete research community. And this includes, of course, the future researchers, you, that are the students of a doctorate program. We are a team of 10 persons dedicated specifically to research and the research needs. Neus will explain you more in detail where and how you can find us. Our main goal is to give you the best specialized service and to be at your side in your development as researcher during your years of doctorate. And we hope to develop a good relationship and to give you services of quality to be at your side when you will establish in the near future as a researcher. In this session, this is the content we are going to explain you fast. It will not take long, but we are going to show you where to find us in the new library website. What is the library search engine we use so that you can find services and content. Which services we offer you, for example, books and articles on loan. This could be of your interest. And we will explain you additionally the specialized library research support services that we offer specifically to the research community. And at the end, we will present you some doctoral program training that we offer you from the library. So welcome again to the university, and I will pass the speech to my colleague who will continue the presentation.
Hi, I'm Neus, and welcome to everybody. I hope to enjoy this experience at UOC. We just launched our new library website this September. You can access it from the campus homepage. You will find an icon on the top of the campus or directly at biblioteca.uoc.edu. The new library website offers personalized information and services for researchers and, of course, for PhD students. As you can see in the slide, if you want to access, you have to go to the research staff homepage to find out which services, resources you have at your disposal. On the top menu, you can access the library replies. Okay, we are an online university, but you are not alone. So any questions, any doubts about the resources, the services, whatever, we are there, and we are happy to help you. Okay, when 24 hours, 7 days. So anytime you can contact us through the library replies on the tab, on the right side, on the top of the slide. You have also the option to search in any content from our website with this web search option. And you can also access to my favorites, where you can add your preferred databases or library guides that you want to use frequently. And so it's like a direct and easy access from your personalized option inside our website. What more? In this box, where you can see find books, articles, and more, you can find our powerful search engine, where you can easily find whatever you need related to our catalog of books or our databases, journals subscribed by the library. And also you can search documents from our Manuel Castells collection, work learning resources, from our O2 repository, as well as if you are looking also documents from other Catalan universities. You have also this option. What more? You can see that there is research stages, okay? Because our idea is that we would like to accompany you at every stage of your research process, no? Starting when you are searching information, or you need you manage your data and information, I don't know, in a reference bibliographic manager tool. In this stage, and that you want to publish and disseminate your research, or at the end when you need to evaluate your research, no? If you want to learn how research is evaluated, what bibliometric indicators are, and how social impact is measured. All these stages try to reply the same structure. So what are you going to find here? As you can see, you will have a small presentation of this stage. Also, you can find library guides related to this stage. Also, self-training resources that can be useful for you. And also services related to this stage. No, in this case, we are in the search for information. And if you need it, you can access from the bottom in any other stage. So this is the way that you can navigate from our website and how to find the different resources that you have at your disposal. What's more, from the homepage to the left side, you can find also all the services, the list of the services that you have at your disposal. No? Help finding information, prepare for accreditations, manage your research data, and so on. And next to them, you can find the essentials. What is that? The essentials, it's is a selection of some resources that we think that could be interesting for you. How it works, the open knowledge at the UOC, to access to the O2, what is the institutional repository, and information about intellectual property, or if you need how to cite, no, with the different styles, then here you can find information. Also, I forgot, when you access to any of our services, we organize information always with a small description of the service, the form that you can fill it to make your request, and we explain you how it works step by step. And also we prepare some frequently asked questions that I think that could be really useful for you. And what more do you have in the homepage? Also, you have direct access to our digital collection. Our digital collection are all the databases, digital books, journals, case studies, videos, images, human atlases, digital portals, etc. Okay, and you can search by field, by your study area, or you can search by name or keyword. You can see to the right, no? For example, with the Journal Citation Reports database, you click and then you can access directly to the resource, and also you can add to favorites, okay, as we said at the beginning. What's more, we prepare especially library guides for you, for PhD students, and they are produced, there are a selection of different resources about different topics. For example, you can see this is a really interesting library guide about resources for preparing your doctoral thesis. So I encourage you to check this library guide. In the presentation that we will share it with you at the end of the session, you have the link if you want to take a look. Okay, and what more? This is all that I wanted to share with you about the homepage. You have also a specialist section about news if you want to take a look. And then I wanted to share with you, how it works, this powerful library search engine. Okay, that you have, as I said, many resources, databases, etc. at your disposal. And I wanted to recommend you to check here where it says get to know the library search engine, because you will find interesting information in order to improve your searches in an efficient way. Because if you learn how to find information in this search engine, if you know some search really useful tips, if you know the additional actions, personalized options and filters, it would be better for you. It's a recommendation generalized for any database that you want to use it, because it takes just 5 minutes, but it's really, really useful in your strategic searches. Like many other databases, for example, you have the simple search, like you can see it in the box, or you can use the advanced search. And on the left side, you have some filters that could, in order to refine your search. I don't know, by relevance, or if you are looking for physical items or documents in open access or peer-reviewed journals, you can apply different searches about filters, sorry, about the resource type, author, journal title, etc. Also by date, language, subject. Okay, I think that it works like any other database, and it's like this is like look like the results page. What more? We are an online university, and we try that most of our resources could be in online version. But sometimes, of course, we have physical items, no, like books. So, which kind of loans do you have related to physical books? Okay, you can request books from our work catalog. This is the information, you will have it, so never mind, no? So you can take out 10 books during 61 days, renew it, your loans as many times as you want. If you don't find this book in our catalog, you have the option to search it in the catalog of the other university libraries in Catalonia. In the search engine, you have the option to filter just in books from this catalog, if you are going to looking for this kind of books. And if you don't find it, we have the interlibrary loan service. And so you can request an item from other Spanish or international institutions. Okay. And well, if you need an article that, for example, is not in our databases or journals subscribed, you have the option to request that we will try to find this digital article, and we will send you in PDF format. Probably you will receive an email with the cost of the article, because it's important to know what money is paying the university for this kind of request. So please, if it's not really important, this article, and you can choose another one, choose these options, but no problem, because the cost is covered by the library. This is how it looks like, the service. If you are the request a book loan or an article, as you can see, it's really easy, because we explain how it works. There is the request form. So and I put here the URL, the link, if you want to check it. Okay. What more? This is like what a book record looks like. Okay. And if you find a book from the search engine, you can use the option get it, it's a button, and then you can see the different location items, and just click here to get it in order to make the request. Okay, and here where you can see additional actions, you can make some actions like, I don't know, to import this record to Bibliographical Manager. For example, Mendeley, we have a subscription here at UOC to the Mendeley. Or if you are using, for example, Zotero, you can export a RIS file. So you can export it and import it in your Bibliographic Manager, print it, email, and also you can make a quick citation format in APA, ISO, or Vancouver. And you can copy it wherever you want. Okay, maybe sometimes it's useful. Okay, this is on the right side of the research, the search engine. You have your personal account where you can manage your loans and your request. So this is how it looks like. Here, I add all this information because if you are, for example, in Spain or Andorra, you can request this kind of books and you can choose which office you want to pick up your book. So here you have the information if you want to check which one is closest to you. Okay, I thought that maybe it could be interesting for you to have this information. What more? So as Bego said, we have a specific library research support services related to your needs as a PhD student. We prepare a library welcome kit, one specific for doctorate students, PhD students, and another for researchers. I think that it could be really interesting for you to check one or another. Is a selection of resources or information that we think that it's interesting to know when you just arrive to UOC. So I encourage you to check it. It's also available in the website of the doctoral school, so you can find them also there. And also, we ask you also, if you think that we missed something important, please give us feedback, because we are improving and changing this kind of welcome kits. What more? This is a list of our research support services. We can help you finding information, no? And show you and learn, and you can learn to identify search topic, establish strategies, etc., no? In order to improve your searching skills. We also have a specific service about manage your research data. On one hand, it's about to learn how to cite your sources, manage reference, and research data in Mendeley. But we also offer a personalized support service when you need to write your research, your data management plan, for example, when you are in a project, or if you need to disseminate and publish your research data. Because lately, most projects, they are asking you to open your articles, open your research data, so we can assess you in these issues. We have also another service about publish, disseminate, and track your research. I don't know if you need information about publishing policies and licenses applicable to scientific publishing, or if you want, you need to know what is the best journal where you can publish your research. We help you also with this, especially if you decide to publish your thesis as a compendium of articles. I encourage you also to read carefully the academic regulations of the doctoral schools, because it's important before to think about where I want to publish, to know how you will be assessed about depending where are you publishing your articles. No, if the journal is ranked better or is ranked in really high quality journals, then I think that it's a really interesting service for you. We help you also if you want to publish in the O2 repository. What more? Well, maybe you are starting as a researcher, but when you finish your PhD and you are starting to as a postdoc, for example, we can prepare and help you if you need to apply to a accreditation process, then, or if it's related to projects. We have a specific service also related to detect and prevent plagiarism. And also, once you have defended your doctoral thesis, from the library, we carry out the procedures for its open access publication on the UOC O2 institutional repository, and also in the Tesis Doctorals en Xarxa, doctoral thesis on the web. That it's a digital cooperative repository containing the doctoral thesis presented at universities in Catalonia. And finally, we organize during the year some trainings that I encourage you also to join us, because I think that they are really interesting. The first of them is starting at the end of October, and it's related to the search for academic information. The next one is the bibliographic reference management. We show you to all the features and utilities of Mendeley Institutional, but there are other issues that could be interesting for you related to the bibliographic reference management that you can learn there. And finally, we have where to publish, how to identify potential journals. That is, the doctoral students really enjoy this one because they find that it's really useful to know how it works, the publishing world, the contracts, the open access publishing, and everything. And finally, the work. The work is working hard, is trying to that all the research output of the university make them open. So we have a specific course about open access, about the open access world. So I also encourage you to join us. And I think that that's all. You will have this presentation, so you have check it. And of course, if any doubt, any question, please contact to the library replies service. And welcome.
Thank you very much, Bego and Neus, for this Untitled presentation. Let's go now to the presentation from the Research and Innovation area. José Manuel Godínez is here, I think. Yeah, I see you. Thanks for coming, José Manuel, and they are all yours.
Thank you, David, and thank you for the invitation to be here one more year with a presentation to the PhD student. Welcome up to the UOC. I'm going to be as brief as possible. I'm going to present you today a little bit how the research at the work is organized and how from the research management area can offer you different support in different processes. I'll try to be brief. You can see here you will have all the links, all the information available with the presentation. So here you can see how to contact us. And let's start. As you already may know, we are here at the UOC, besides being one of the most outstanding universities in online education. Here we have a part of our main interest on research. UOC research is organized into different groups, 51, that are linked to the different universities faculties that are called studies here, and to our two main research centers, eHealth Center and Internet Interdisciplinary Institute. Additionally, we have an innovation center that it's a eLearn center, where essentially it's linked to all the development in tools and research in higher education and lifelong learning. Here you can see the link. They are very useful links for you that are starting your research career at the UOC. At the UOC RNI webpage, you will find all the information that we will talk about concerning the research at the university. There you will find for sure this very interesting link that it's the knowledge map. There you will find the distribution of all research group, and inside the group you will find all the info concerning the researcher, the research line, publications, and everything. Really interesting. I really encourage you to go and take a look to the knowledge map. What do we do at the research at the UOC? We cover a lot of fields, but mainly we try to cover specifically the human activity and technology interact with three main areas: that information and knowledge society, virtual learning, and digital health. All this research come from groups from different fields like arts and humanities, social sciences, trying to look interdisciplinarity in all research and groups. Once more, here you can access to all the projects, scientific production, and the institutional research repository, which is really linked very close to the presentation that the previous presentation. And here we have some figures on what research is right now, last year at the work. As you can see, 51 research groups, 42 of them are recognized by the regional government with the SGR mark, that it's a high quality mark. They include more than 500 researchers that are distributed into these groups and the two research centers and the innovation center. As for the researchers, as you can see, from 2014 to 2019, that is the last number, UOC researcher has increased in more than 30%. This is the result of really powerful politics of talent recruitment from the UOC. We are trying to grow up in this specialty. trying to the most talented researcher to join us on this effort. Sorry. So for the budget, according to the numbers of the 2019, we are close to 4 million funding awarded and 290 proposals submitted. The last number is for 2020. We have like more than 300 submitted proposals per year. So we are highly active on this field of research. As you may know, you're here just because of that. And finally, it all comes to these two words: consolidated growth. UOC is relatively young on the research field, but for the last 10 years, we have here with this consolidated growth that is now really stable. As you can see, as for the scientific articles, from 2014 to 2020, we have seen an increase of around 97% on the work researchers published. So it's really high, but not only on the papers, but only on the defended thesis. The number by the last year was more than 200. This number of these specific doctoral students that are linked to the industrial doctoral student had increased from 6 years ago to 24 right now. And not only on the academic output, but also on the knowledge transfer and company-related output. We have seen, like in the last year, UOC has promoted the creation of 4 spin-off companies, and the number of patents have grown up from 4 to 22 last year. So what do we do and how we help to manage all this research-linked activity? We do this from our area, that is the research and innovation area. Here we support the research at all stages, from the creation of a project, from the idea, to support the groups trying to organize themselves inside, to the knowledge transfer and the creation of this spin-off. How do we do this? We offer the services at all levels: promotion of innovation, dissemination of knowledge, management of projects at different levels. We offer transversal services for tools and equipment, and we offer the experts management services associated with research and innovation. For this, the area, it includes within its body 2 main groups. One of them is the Research and Innovation Funding and Scientific Management team. Here we have all the people, project management, scientific manager, and support that are going to help you to develop your idea or your project once you decide what you want to do. From the funding opportunities to the development of the proposal to the submission. And once the project is ending, there is another actor, that is our knowledge transfer entrepreneurship unit. Here we offer services to connect the research to the companies and to try to promote the creation, to not stop with just with a result, to try to take this result to the next level, to the creation of knowledge transfer, to the valorization, and to help you, this is the case with the intellectual property protection and of the transfer results. How do we do that? We do that through a lot of people. We are around 30 persons at the area. Here you can see how we try to work with this model, the integral project management model, where we try to accompany through different profiles you from your initial idea, seeking funding opportunities, helping you to prepare your proposal at different levels from the management area, offering you tips, offering you some templates, giving advice on some area, normally at the non-scientific areas, offering some contents and everything. And then once your project is funded, here we perform the negotiation and the grant agreement, the project management activities, and finally, here we can see as the knowledge transfer. How do we do this? We have a lot of profiles, as said, but we are not doing this by ourselves, only with the area. For the performance of this kind of thing, we work close to the different areas like the library, with the legal advice office, with all the human resources area, so we can offer you a better support at all stages of the research. Two main key features where the research at work is focused. Collaborative research. What does it mean? You all know this basically this means that we promote innovation, that it's funding by collaborative projects. It's where you can go to different funding agencies to look for projects that develop with different partners looking a single common result. Okay, this is the typical project of research. And innovation projects. Here, what is the main difference? This certification used to come from collaborative R&D innovation or some type from contracts. They used to be project more linked to the final result, the final user, the companies. Here, there is a list of the main services you can find from our area. As you can see, they cover all the life of the projects or the ideas, from the guidance for the incorporation of personnel to the project management, reports of activities, transfer results, everything. You will find it. And where you will find it? You will find it here. Basically, you will have the links once you have the presentation. There is a UOC research service catalog where you can find all the services and tools that are available for you for carrying out your research. We will see now an example. There you can find different questions that will guide you to the correct person or the correct area that will try to solve or to help you in your problem. Additionally, every week from the office, we publish an in-house newsletter that it's called Some More, where you will receive all the information concerning internal and external sources for funding, collaborative opportunities, training, internal projects, any other activity that it's of interest for the researchers innovation community at the UOC. And finally, and more specifically, we have the UOC Research and Innovation Course portal, where you will find information on all the open calls where our institution can apply or can look for funding, with very useful information on the templates, all the documentation that you need to know, with the deadlines and the links for asking for our main support there. As you can see here, this is an example of the research catalog of services. There you will see exactly what are you looking for: funding research, project management, exploitation results. By clicking here, you will go to the specific areas. Out there, you will find, hopefully, you will find what you are looking for. This is an example of what you will receive. That is the call Some More, where you will see recent calls. You will see workshop, internal and external. It could be for interest for the work UOC research community. You will see some services that we are offering, normally linked to activities that are developed during that time slot. And usually we just publish when there is an active search for partners or for collaborators in some projects. And finally, you can see here, this is the internal part as a R&I insight, when you have the different news that are generated for the UOC researcher. You will see all there. And this is what is called the UOC calls portal. Here you can see an example where you have all the info on the call. So you can see if it's national, international, regional, what kind of funding it is. This is covered for personnel, if it covered only for the project, is it for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, pre-doctoral stage, post-doctoral stage, research and development project, everything. There you will find a calendar with all the interesting data of when is the deadline, internal deadline for the management of the documentation. I really encourage you to take a look and to contact us in case you have any interest in there. And for the PhD students specifically, what we used to do with all of you, you will find us at different stages. You will find us in the introduction to the UOC community and services, like it's today. We used to have a say on the doctoral school grants for the mobility and research stage. We used to do the management for some other external grants for PhD students. Some of them are here today, like National FPU. We are the nexus between the students and the Human Resources Office. We are not doing directly the management on some of these things, but we are the link to try to put you in contact and offering you advice in how to manage different kind of expenses. At the same time, we're offering the training for one of the main tools for the management of the research at the UOC, that it's called GIR. It's a main tool when you are applying for an internal grant or when you are applying for certain services, you have to do it through it. So it's really important if you know how to manage it as soon as possible. And finally, but in a different stage, we have the HABIC platform that it's linked to the development of the knowledge transfer and the creation of new companies coming by the UAC community. We really support that kind of ideas. So for your mere interest, what can offer you as a help? How can you be funded? Here, it's really interesting. I think you all should know. If you don't know it, it's a good moment. That if you're planning to have a research career here in Spain or in Europe, this is a really useful scheme where you can see what's the theoretically pathway for you to create your research career. Here you can see the different stages, and there are different levels: European level, national level, and the regional level here in Catalonia. You can see how to get funded for these specific stages. So you will find how to get funded for the PhD studies, that it's a part where you are all now with different grants. But then you can find how to get funding after that on the postdoctoral stage, even also for the public or for the private sector. And then depending on where do you want to go and how you want to go, then you can go through the European path, going through the ERC or MSCA funding, or the national path. They are all linked. So for some of them, for the application to the national one, you will need to be part of an international and everything. We will see some example, but this is a really interesting picture for all of you if you're planning to go through this research career. This is an example of the Catalan agency that it's funding this kind of thing. It's called the AGAUR. This is the Catalan agency where you will find a lot of info too for this kind of applications. And let's see some example for this grant. At the Catalan level regional system, you have two main different, and one is Doctoral Industrials, that it's grants for the development of your PhD, but linked to a company. So the project is proposed jointly by the university and the company. There are PhD projects really linked to the necessity of the company, to the real needs of the society. Other options are FI, named as Contratación de Personal Investigación. This is PhD student classical grants from the regional stage. At the national one, we have different grants on the PhD stage. For the university, linked directly to the university, FPU. We have some specialization like PFIS, but this is specifically for health training, researchers in health science and technology. Or one very good option that are those projects that has been funded by the ministry. They usually offer to the leader the opportunity to ask for predoctoral contract. This is a very good way to enter into the research career. At the European level, we have this highly competitive but really good help that are the doctoral network. That is previously they were called the International Training Network. Now the new name is this one. What's their main focus? Their main focus is to help to develop PhD doctorates, but the formation should include the interaction between university, company, and socioeconomic actor. It's a very complex but of a high quality program for obtaining the PhD. All these grants, obviously, you should have applied, or if you know someone should have applied, always linked to a previous project or with one of the groups of the university. There are some other options like a private foundation offering this kind of grants. And for the postdoctoral stage, we have different examples too. At the national level, the main ones are Juan de la Cierva and are contracts offered to the initiation of the postdoctoral stage. It is very important, the condition that it should be asked with an institution that is different from the one you obtain your PhD title from. So this is one of the main conditions, one of the main example. And at a different level for the Catalan is the Programa Beatriu de Pinós, that it's more or less the same, like the first stage postdoctoral grant. And if we move forward on your career, then we can go to the Ramón y Cajal and the Stabilization Ramón y Cajal grants. This is a high-level, high-quality contract that are the main purpose of this contract are to recover or to reincorporate the national system researchers that have done part of the postdoctoral stage outside the country. So here, the ministry, that is the funding agent, it will check on your proposal for a project from a main idea and for your track on the last 4 years. So they look for people that it's ready to start their own research line and they can establish in one national institution. At the same level, at Catalonia, we have the ICREA. That is the same. ICREA is the regional system for the research in Catalonia. They are high quality, high competitive calls, but they used to stabilize, to offer you to be stable inside an institution. And then at the European level, we have the classical ERC at the different levels, starting grant, consolidator grant, they all very competitive. But the main thing you should keep in mind if you really want to be a researcher at the European level is to try to apply for one of them. We will offer you some more info later. And what about the doctoral school? The doctoral school itself, it offers some grants, basically for grant holders, that it includes for mobility, for training, research stays, some grants specifically for online doctorates. They are all depending on the year and depending on the available funds. So it's some of them will be offered, some other not every year. What do they cover? For the mobility, you have here some insight on what they cover according to the last call last year. Some of them, some numbers may change, but the important thing is you have all this opportunity for the internal grants, and they are all grants that should be applied through the GIR system. That's the important thing about know how to manage it. They all share the same pattern, that it's for 1 year. They are quickly resolved because they are internally, they should be quickly resolved. And depending on the kind of grant that you apply for, it covers some kind of expenses. So the last thing is to show you that we have some success stories. A success story that we understand that as people that came here just as you are now with a PhD, starting with your PhD, and the project, they grow up, they work properly, they were really interested in what we were doing. So there is a way to stay. Not we can offer you to be stable for all the time, but there is a path here that is to go. Like you can see certain example how to go from pre-doc grants to postdoc to be a research assistant inside one of our institutes. It always depends on your own development, your own interest, and the application of this kind of thing. Always having a plan with all your tutor or with the leader of your project. So the only thing I have to say now is we are here. Please send us all requests for information. We will be more than happy to help you go through this career, all your application, and we really hope to get all the funding projects you are applying for. And here, this is all for me, from my side.